about the camping sector. And let's hear about Camping Goes Digital from Michael Frischkorn. He's the CTO at PiNCAMP, a company trying to disrupt the camping sector. Thank you for having you, and yeah, enjoy. The stage is yours.
Perfect. Thank you, Leah, for the introduction. Yeah, good morning. Two mornings. We are a little bit behind time. I might talk a little faster, to get through. And the second thing, I'm having a little cold, so the first two rows might be a little bit a splash zone. Just be careful. So, just waiting when the slides come up. Yeah, my name is Michael Frischkorn. I'm basically Chief Product and Technology Officer of PiNCAMP. My history shows a lot of, let's say, in fintech, a lot of in travel tech, a lot of in media businesses, mostly corporate startups or grown-ups, some corporates there. And since 4 years now, I'm at the ADAC Camping GmbH, PiNCAMP GmbH. I will come to this a little bit later. PiNCAMP itself, we started 2018 as a corporate venture from ADAC. Basically, they said we could build the camping business inside our company, or we could found a team around, basically a more agile, let's say faster team around it, and build this up. So 2023, we did a merger with the ANBB, which is a similar association like the ADAC in Germany, to move basically the ANBB and the Touring Club Swiss camping businesses in one company. We're currently 70 people in Berlin and The Hague, and building the technology. And more than 10 million campers every year use our platform for now. A little bit history of camping information. Leah mentioned this kind of, it was always this printed guides. So the first ADAC Campingführer was issued 1955, basically, when there was a catalog of campsites you could visit. And over years, they issued every year a new book, basically, showing those campsites and the information you could go to, and did this another years, and still the books are printed, basically. So every year still you can go in the bookshop and could buy this book. But then we thought about to say, 10 years ago, they said, let's put the book into a web and an app. But it was not kind of instant bookable. It was just an information product which you could buy and look up things and could call the campsite or could go to their own websites. If we talk about camping, there are 4 product categories which might be interesting. On the one hand, you have those pitches, which is basically the places you could go to with your vehicle, with a caravan, with a motorhome, with your car and tent, basically park there. The second important sector is the mobile homes, which is more like apartments located on campsites. Motorhome sites, which is more for stopovers, one-night stops for people traveling. And since some years, there's basically this category of micro-camping where you have this peer-to-peer offerings from, let's say, some farmers who give you 2 pitches where you could park for a night or 2 nights. And when we were looking at this to say, why is this only the information? Isn't basically the intent of the user the same as in other travel industries, that they not just want to look around, but really kind of do a transaction? There were a lot of people saying, yeah, but camping is about being spontaneous and going from A to B. Will people really pre-book? And yes, they do. So in other travel industries, while the industry was busy printing books and getting catalogs, basically, we all saw this, like OTAs and CRS systems and PMS systems and instant book and aggregators, GDS, you know, you can read it yourself, but a lot of trends basically happened where the distribution, this whole pipelining below the user layer basically took place and kind of helped the industry from the, let's say, the owner's side to find the right price and distribute the inventory, but also aggregating the supply or distributing the supply. And therefore, basically, we said, let's do this marketplace model of PiNCAMP, where we say, on the one hand, you have a very atomistic small market of around about 26,000 campsites in Europe. On the other hand, you have this atomistic market of, let's say, 30 million plus campers in Europe. And search is still fragmented. Google, provider websites, online travel agencies, tour operators, and the distribution is also very fragmented. You also have this, like the websites, the channel managers, the PMS systems. And PiNCAMP is basically creating a marketplace where we basically match supply and demand and then try to get kind of like you know it from other industries, vacation rental or hotel industry, to get users booking their campsites online. The good thing is when we started 5 years ago, camping is booming. It's basically checking a lot of those mega trends like authenticity and sustainability and things like this. So the camping market is booming, and even during COVID, when a lot of other sectors were hit hard, camping was booming because you could travel basically in your own vehicle. You could kind of make sure that you're basically parking outside, and it was very COVID friendly, and a lot of new campsites, basically 12% year over year, new campsites were listed in Germany, especially. And the industry, while it is compared to hotel or vacation rental small, still it's a 6 to 7 billion industry, mainly make up from let's say 2/3 of those pitches, which is basically where people go with their own vehicle booking a campsite, and the other third is with this mobile homes, basically where the rental accommodations located on campsites are being booked, and where you can then go with your own car or even train. And if you look in in the European market, you see basically there are 3 very strong source markets. One is UK, one is DE, one is Netherlands, where you on the one hand have a lot of, let's say, domestic travel. You have this in other sectors in Germany as well, that I think 5 times more people, Germans, travel to Germany than to any other country. And you have this in the Netherlands as well, and especially in UK, because you always need to leave the island basically with your camper van. It's more expensive, so you have, of course, a big chunk of domestic travel. You have also France is a huge market, both incoming and domestic. And then you have more those destination markets like Spain or Croatia or Italy, where there's not a lot of, let's say, domestic or a lot of Italians going camping to other countries, but where most of, let's say, Germans or Dutch or UK users go for camping. And you see basically a lot of, let's say, the Germans more towards, let's say, France, Croatia, Italy, and for example, the Dutch users more to French and Spain, for example, so more the Western European part. Still a very fragmented distribution landscape in Europe. You have every kind of those local heroes. There's not the big pan-European players like a Booking.com or Airbnb or even global players out there. So you have campings.com or a PitchUp in UK or ANWB in Netherlands or Camping.it. I don't have to read them all. You have, let's say, 2 or 3 more pan-European players which have, let's say, are in the platforms, but also kind of if you look at the traffic and things like this, nothing big. There are some international providers coming up. For example, PiNCAMP, Andreessen Horowitz founded, I think, $70 million into it. So it is something to watch when the big VCs enter a market. A lot of could happen there. And they also purchased some acquisitions. Or a company like Roadsurfer, which basically offers rental cars a lot. They also have basically built a network where you can not just rent the car, but also basically book a campsite while you're on the go. So that's very interesting. And consumers are driving the digitization. So in this case, it's not the campsites who want to get bookable, but it's really the people asking, I want to online reserve or online book and pay a campsite. This is very interesting. It's normally you had often this people want to sell something, but it's nobody wants it, right? Kind of the users learn from all the other travel verticals like flight or hotel or vacation rental that you can book conveniently online on any device and do not have to call and send requests and things. So in this time, the consumers are really driving the digitization of this industry. And the problem is more on the last mile. It's a slow but ongoing change. So from a booking request to a firm booking, same arguments like you heard 10 years ago in vacation rental. I want to know which user, basically who is coming to my site. I want to have the last word if I sell it. I don't want to pay commission. A lot of those those things which are in other industries now normal, that you have cost of distribution and things like this. Fixed seasonal prices. A lot of the campsites, they just offer a book early year and say, okay, in January to March it's this price, and then in early season it's this price, and it's not kind of any dynamic pricing or any kind of any changes in prices over the years. Even they maybe make it sometimes more expensive, but then if they say we make it too expensive, the old people coming there every year might be angry. So man, let's be careful. Non-standard software, Excel, pen and paper maybe that much anymore, but still, it's this weird software they use on the front desk where they somehow put in their pitches and see what's available, and more and more basically are switching to some property management systems. But also a lot of those property management systems are old. It's very fragmented. There's in every market basically none of those system providers has maybe more than 40 or 50 campsites really in them. It's not a mess, but it's a mess. Then, of course, a lot of campsites say, yeah, my users, they know me, why should I distribute myself? You know, they're coming every year, I'm good. And then for some, it's true, there's those lighthouse campsites which do not really need incoming, but a lot of them, basically, they should use online distribution. Phone and email, also kind of, I told this, basically, versus web-based booking. And yeah, the market consolidation also started. You see more M&A happening in this market. UCamp, for example, was acquired by PiNCAMP. Cool Camping in UK was acquired by PiNCAMP. Bungalow Specials by campings.com. On the technology side, you see basically Axi and Camping Info doing something together. In Excel, a bigger PMS system was acquired by Setover. Sekra, Home2Go, more in the vacation rental space, but also some in the camping. And yeah, the merger, what we did basically to bring the biggest 3 platforms in the Central European market together. And the interesting part now is you see very similar development in the hotel, vacation rental, and camping industry, but later. So if you look at the hotel industry, it started basically also with pen and paper, then the tour operators which came in, online booking, then the aggregators on top of the online bookers, and then the meta searchers really for price comparison. And the winner out of this market, I would say, it is the booking group, let's put it that way. From the vacation rental market, you saw this maybe 15 years ago, later happening the same things, tour operators, and then online booking and aggregators, meta searchers. And currently what you see also, you're at the brink of this where you say, okay, it's in between, somewhere between the tour operator and online booking model, but also kind of the aggregators are coming and the meta searchers might come. So it's exciting time. There's not a clear, let's say, winner in this market. I'm not saying that it is us, but in Europe we hope to be it. Yeah, and that is basically it. I hope I wasn't too fast. If you have any questions, shout. Thank you.
So, do we have any questions? Yeah, there's a question. Do we have a microphone? The microphone is coming to you. Can you please tell us your name and who you represent, and your question, of course, so we know who you are?
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm a camper.
You're a camper,
so I'm very interested in the topic. I was looking up in Play Store where the app is, and I didn't found the PiNCAMP anything, but it's just the ADAC app that
Exactly,
I found.
yeah.
Is it right?
Yeah, in this case, yes. We haven't launched a PiNCAMP app in the German store yet,
Right.
because we have the strong ADAC Campingführer app in there, yes. So that's basically, it's also our product teams and our content is feeding this app as well.
Okay. That was the first question, and I found that it costs €9.99.
Yeah.
Is there no possibility to try it for free or
no? We discussed this a lot. If we do kind of a freemium or something like this, I think a new PiNCAMP app we're currently working on, we will go in a freemium model, and we have sometimes some discount actions there, but kind of this paid, because you also get the discount card in with this, so you get some basically really added value when using the app or buying the app, and therefore we said, okay, let's do a paywall just at the beginning.
Okay, and the app is like the new printed book, so to say.
There's a new app coming next year, which is better.
It's better.
Way better.
Way better.
Amazing.
It's a new experience. Next question. Yes, please, yes.
Hi, I'm Andreas from Faros, the ferry GDS. You mentioned a revenue of 6 billion. To us not familiar with the camping industry, what does that mean in terms of bookings, or what's the average booking value?
Very interesting, also kind of very market specific, very seasonal specific. You could say the average booking value of a pitch maybe is something around 300 to 400 euros for a trip, and the mobile home more in somewhere around, let's say, 800 to 1,000 euros per booking. So just to give you, but this of course, you have a lot of, let's say, the domestic short term, take a longer weekend is less, and the summer holidays might be more. So I don't have the numbers, it's really kind of what number of bookings there, but roughly it's like I said, compared to hotel, vacation rental, smaller, but still it's a solid market. And kind of it's growing over the years. And the 6 billion was just for the European, so it's not kind of worldwide.
Is there any more questions? Please feel free. It's a unique chance to get into direct interaction. Just lift your hand and we have a microphone for you. No? Well, Michael, where can they connect with you if they want to learn more, if they want to stay in touch with PiNCAMP and yourself as an expert of our industry?
Yeah, you can ping me over LinkedIn. There was the link, but just Michael Frischkorn at LinkedIn. You should find me. Please feel free to connect. And then if there's any questions to which I can refer to our marketing or business development teams, also would be happy to.
And I have one last question, because I personally find it always difficult if you want to really stay up to date with developments in certain sectors. What's your favorite resource to consume? A newsletter, a blog, a website, where you say that's where you inform yourself about everything that's going on in your specific niche of camping? Well, it's not a niche, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but in this case, it's as well very fragmented. So there's not this go-to point like for hotel travel tech or for vacation rental travel tech. So it's good question.
Is there an event you can recommend where you say that's an event once a year where you can really meet the community, where they come together, where you can network if you're interested in learning more about
there's some events, basically. There's the SET in France. There's at the CMT, basically. There's also from the ADAC, ANWB now, the joint event where we have kind of this campsite forum. And there's also the Norddeutsche Campingtag in Germany. So there's a lot of also very local events. There's no Focusrite or Travel ITB for camping yet.
Right.
So
well, I make sure next year we have another session around that topic. We see how the progress went, what you can share next year. So thank you so much for being here with us, Michael Frischkorn from PiNCAMP. And I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, ready for the next session. Thank you
for having me. Bye-bye.
Yes, I take your clicker.